You are now listening to the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast.
My name is DJ Vince Adams. I absolutely appreciate what the Chicago Clubhouse crew is doing for the city of Chicago.
Hey, young world, what's good? It's your boy Bernard Berrien, a.k.a. B-Twice.
What up? This is Rasheed Davis, former Chicago Bear wide receiver.
Hey, my name is Lemuel Stinson, a.k.a. Lemonade, formerly of the Chicago Bears.
What's up? My name is C.J. Watson, former Bulls guard and bench bomb creator.
This is two-time six-man all-star baller Ricky Deuces Pierce.
What's up, people? This is Chicago radio legend Rick Party, the voice you hear everywhere.
My name is Pee-wee from the movie House Party.
This is Megan Martinez from the Good and Funny Podcast.
Hey, this is Bubba Ball from the Shits Podcast.
Hey, this is Nika from One Shot Wellness, Reverend from the ATL, dropping some drips on that Chi-Town Clubhouse Podcast.
This is Sherry, and you're rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast.
You are now rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast.
You're now rocking with Chicago Clubhouse Podcast.
And you're rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast.
And you're rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast.
Where they think they know everything.
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 But they don't know shit.
But they don't know shit.
But they don't know shit. But they really don't know shit.
But they really don't know shit.
But they really don't know shit.
But honestly, they don't know shit.
Hey, man, I smell something. I smell podcast. The Chicago Clubhouse Podcast Show.
They really don't know shit.
You already know what time it is.
You see this Eddie Jackson jersey right here? Take this.
This dude literally just took my soul.
So I didn't like playing with Brett Favre at all.
You could have waited until the draft if you wanted to look at another quarterback. You didn't have to sign Andy Dalton, who is really nothing but a backup.
Evander Holyfield is 58 years old. What you want to fight a 58-year-old man?
But man, he wants to keep fighting.
Because he want to fight him. Okay, it's an exhibition.
But yeah, it's an exhibition because
this ain't Drago and Apollo Creed, man. Ain't nobody about to.
Man, Martin and Tommy Hearns was an exhibition. You saw what happened to Martin.
This could hurt.
Thanks, Hayden. Nothing but the best.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, bro, tough for real, man.
Yeah, man. He like tougher than some grown folks I know, man.
That as a coach, your job is to give your players the best opportunity to have success.
Michael Jordan, when he came back at LeBron James' age, he was a straight up nothing.
That is blasphemy on his computer right now.
I'm gonna tell you something. Without Dennis Rodman, I couldn't see them winning like they did those second three championships. I can't see it.
I agree.
And now I'm the voice of SportsCenter on ESPN. Now on SportsCenter tonight, LeBron James and whatever.
Do you guys really coach how exactly to tackle correctly? Because I see it all over the league now. People cannot tackle like they did whenever you guys played. But do you guys practice tackling at all?
Welcome to the podcast where we think we know everything, but we don't know shit. But today we do have someone who knows a lot of shit, and we are going to talk to him a little later. When you talk about legends, you have to mention this man's name. You have to. So we're gonna holler at him a bit about his career and time in Chicago, and what he's doing now. Speaking of what we're doing now, I am in Indianapolis. That is Lucas Oil Stadium behind me. Yeah, I'm over here. I guess I'm over here for work. And yeah, the food is still terrible like it was the last time I was here, and I told y'all it ain't nothing changed. It's the same shit. Same shit. Just different day. But the weather's nice. The weather is really nice here. I mean, it's supposed to rain for the next 3 days, but the last 2 days it was like 75 degrees outside. So it was beautiful outside. So yeah, I'm here for work, but shit, it was real nice outside. I had to play a little bit of hooky. But I'm thankful to have a job. Thankful to have a job. Some people they don't have nothing. So, even though I talk about playing hooky and stuff, I'm grateful to have a job, as you all should be. Anyway, that's enough about that. Let me get off my soapbox. I got to bring in my guys, my all-star team. They ready to go, man. We got a great guest tonight. Also, we're gonna have a little a segment from my guy, The Tank. We're gonna have a new segment tonight. Also, we're gonna have a posted note. We're gonna talk about our current Bears. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So let me bring in my guys. First up, the stat man who knows every single stat, basketball and football, 80s and 90s. My man, JB.
Put his face in the sand. That's the last mafioso on my MC guy. Make it say go
Every good superhero should have some theme music.
Yeah.
What's good? What's good?
Shit, I can't call it. You got the best hand, but I mean your intro music is always interesting. Last week it was what, like Prince?
That was like 2 weeks ago.
The System, and you had Prince a couple weeks ago. Man, you all over the place. You in your feelings. You in your feelings with Prince and The System. Now you bad with LL Cool J.
Well, don't forget, I had my, I got a, myriad of emotions around here. Right. But
I hear you.
Every good superhero should have some theme music. I picked this music for the superhero that's on with us tonight.
Now he's bad. He's bad. The superhero we have on tonight, he's bad.
Damn right.
You JB. All right. Anyway, we're gonna bring in our next all-star. He's not new to the team no more, but he does have the foulest mouth in the city of Chicago. I promise he does. My man, Foul Mouth C. Foul Mouth.
Oh, you got some theme music too.
What is that?
That's a vibe. On a vibe. That's a vibe.
Okay. Yeah. YouTube is gonna kick us out for this little music y'all playing.
Yeah, we vibing with our music out here.
I see you got the Moore's beer back there spinning. Okay.
Yeah. I ain't got it.
I'm drinking water, smart water. It's not really making me any smarter, but
I'm trying to make sure that my mouth is not too foul tonight, so Frank will be able to listen to this at work.
Well, shit, so Mr. Wendell can listen to your ass. So let's bring in the rookie of the All-Star team, but he has a lot that he wants to talk about. Talk. Anyway, let's bring him in, Frank the Tank. Why everybody got this little music?
What's up, everybody?
You picked like one of the whitest songs I've ever heard in my life.
You rock out the LL Cool J and then Chelsea Dagger. Gotta represent my Blackhawks somehow, man. I'm kind of in the same boat. I listen to all types of music. That was just my first one. That's just my first one to represent.
I hear you, Big Frank. Yeah, that's that hockey music, man.
That's that hockey music.
I don't want to rock them White Sox right now. They get.
I just turned it off actually, so thinking maybe they do a little bit better.
So let's get to our superhero. He played with the Bears from 88 to 93 and still made his mark as one of the best wide receivers we ever had. He made average quarterbacks look good.
And that's what the Bears are known for, average quarterbacks.
Like Jim Harbaugh. Come on, man. Come on, man. He's not a hero. He's an average quarterback, if average. But Mr. Wendell made him look good. So, man, let's bring him in. Mr. Wendell Davis. I don't have the applause machine, so we just go clap.
And there's no applauses where you're at right
now. What's going on, fellas?
How you doing, Mr. Wendell? It's good to see you, man. You're looking good.
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm here in Chicago, man, living on the South Side.
Oh, we got somebody
on the South Side.
Yeah.
You on the South Side, Mr. Wendell?
Yeah.
Where on the South Side?
Near South, Bronzeville.
Oh, near
Hey, down the street.
Well, that's all good, Mr. Wendell. That's all good. So, what exactly are you doing now?
Right now, man, I work in supply diversity for a steel company here in Chicagoland area.
Okay.
So, been doing that for the last almost 5 years. So, I basically make sure that our supply chain is diversified with diversified minority suppliers.
Right.
So,
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's always good to hear retired players actually doing something aside from selling insurance. And I'm not dissing selling insurance, but it's always good to hear that you all are actually, making a life for yourself and your family. That's always great.
You have to, man. Yeah, shit. That's what I'm doing now. Shit, I've done a whole lot, man, before this though.
Yeah.
So yeah, shit, I reinvented myself 100 times.
Oh wow, okay.
Damn.
And you're also the president of the Retired Football Players of Chicago.
Yeah, I am the president of the NFLPA Chicago chapter.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
That's awesome.
Who don't know, that's our players union, the Players Association. So we have chapters all over the United States, and Chicago has one of the biggest chapters.
Wow.
And I've been, this is my second term as a chapter president. And man, what we basically do is we make sure that all the former players are aware of all the benefits and all the things that they have worked so hard for over the years, and that they're actually getting their benefits and just keeping them up to date. And we also still get together, man, just like we have these chapter meetings like 3 or 4 a year where we get together, man. It's just like a locker room, man. We get in there and have a good time,
nice.
And then we also have a part of our group. We developed a 501c3, so we do have a charitable arm, RPFPC, and we actually raise funds for academic scholarships and also youth football grants. So it's pretty exciting, man. Yeah.
All right. Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Trying to stay busy, man. Trying to stay involved.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of that, before we get too far in, just a shout out real quick to one of our retired players, brother Steve Mongo McMichael, man.
Oof.
Man.
Yeah.
I know you guys talk about him a lot,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's a tough one, man. I recently went to visit him along with Leslie Frazier. I don't know if you guys remember Leslie Frazier.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So we went to visit Mongo at his house, man. And, knowing Mongo, I'm considered one of the young bucks, I came in right at the end of the Super Bowl, man. But I did get to play with a lot of those guys from the Super Bowl years, and kind of looked up to those guys, and I like a fly on the wall, bro. That's, I just sit back and I just look at these guys, and but to see Mongo what he used to be and to see him now, it's hard. It's hard. But I tell you what, if you know him, shit, he's still trying to do what he used to do. I don't, even in his condition now, the guy still has the spirit there. He's still there altogether mentally.
Oh, he's still sharp. Good.
So that's very good, man.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, definitely.
That's good to hear, man.
Because I didn't think he'd still be there mentally. That's actually really good to hear.
Oh, he'll cuss you out in a minute, bro. Yeah. You might can't hear him, but he'll cuss you out in a minute, man. He's still the same, man.
Love to hear that.
How's your golf game, Mr. Wendell?
Oh, man. I'm left and right. Like a soldier. But
hopefully I could get mine together and maybe hit a few balls with you.
Yeah, I would love that, man. That's gonna I tell my wife, man, she's gonna be a widow once I retire, because I'm gonna be out on the golf course a lot, man. Yeah, but I love the game. I love getting out playing, man. But I'm just like any of those hackers, man.
You can still suck at golf and still have fun, man. It's one sport where it's okay to suck at.
It's a humbling sport, man. You guys golf?
I tried as much as I could. Yeah.
My dad tries to teach me how to golf a little bit. He's been golfing for a little while. I think he's okay. So he tries to teach me, and he'll have my interest for a while. Then I just fall off because it's so slow. I feel like I need to be doing something.
I think it's more of the fact that it's so expensive to go golfing nowadays, man.
That too.
Yeah, we got the course right here outside my front window.
Yeah,
right here at Jackson Park and the
Jackson Park. Yeah. I played that track. I played that track a lot. Jackson Park and South Shore.
Yep, that's literally right outside my window. So,
when I used to run my own sports authority before they went out of business, man, like I was able to get those $1,400 iron sets for like $50-$60, man. So
wow.
I may look good golfing because I got some good stuff, but my game ain't
Hey, Frank, you don't got no connections, man. I need some.
Right? That was Sports Authority went out a long time ago, well before I knew any of you guys. Like I got a $1,600 inversion table sitting upstairs right now that cost me $50.
Oh wow.
It was nice.
Top golf.
It was nice closing down stuff.
Top golf, yeah.
Yeah, nah. Every time I hit, I slice it to the right.
Hey, you just like most of us, 5 Mile.
So now you got to play on a golf album, T.
Next time you go, take one little step forward before you go.
I'm like, do something. I'll be like, damn, to the right again, huh?
Hit him with the Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Wendell, you are from one of my favorite places to go. Well, right, you're from Shreveport, and my favorite place to go is New Orleans.
Yeah,
the food is phenomenal in New Orleans. It's the best food. It's the best food of any place I've ever been.
Yeah.
Never been. Yeah.
Ever.
I have to agree with you, brother. If you guys don't know, Shreveport and New Orleans is like night and day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Shreveport is in the northern part of Louisiana, and New Orleans is the southern part of Louisiana. And when you're in the northern part of Louisiana, you're more in the Texas, Arkansas area. Oh. So they call it like the Arklatex, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but when you go down south, now you're down there with the Creoles. You're down with the Creoles and the French, and it's just a whole mixing pot down there, man. And so I grew up in Shreveport, and so when I went down to LSU to play ball, the culture was different. It was a different culture. It wasn't that Texas feel. It's a real Louisiana bayou feel. And next thing you know, I'm eating crawfish. I'm eating turtle. I'm eating, it's I'm eating spicy food. I mean, it's all of that, man. It's all of that.
Was it hard to keep your weight in control when you were living in New Orleans eating all that food?
That's what I was going to ask.
Because when you look at certain superstars like Zion Williams in basketball who can't keep his freaking weight down. Like,
No, exercise don't change, man.
I think he eat a lot of Popeyes, but that's another
you still got to exercise, man. You got to have some discipline, man. You can't, especially if you're a professional.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't go
Let me
there.
ask you,
Yeah.
Was LSU always your number one choice, or how did that college recruiting go?
Man, I had a pretty decent high school career. Shit, we didn't start winning football games in high school till my senior year.
Oh.
And so we had a winning season. I was average receiver. I wasn't the biggest guy. I wasn't the fastest guy, but I'm pretty consistent. And so with that, I was recruited by a lot of in-state schools, Grambling, Southern, Northwestern Louisiana, Northeastern Louisiana Tech, schools like that. A lot of the smaller schools. And I was actually getting ready to commit to Northeast.
Northeast Louisiana.
LSU came in at the last minute, man, and offered me a scholarship.
Okay.
And I was like, well, that's a big D1 school.
That's a total
LSU.
difference.
Yeah. I was like,
that was easy.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's pretty easy. So yeah, that's how I got down to LSU, man. And the crazy thing about it, right when I decided to go to LSU, the coach got fired.
Oh, who was the coach?
Damn, I can't think of his name now. It'll come to me.
Because you all did some pretty good things. During
yeah, when I got there, Bill Onsberger ended up being the coach. But Jerry Stovall is his name, was the head coach when he was recruiting me, and he got fired, man. And when he got fired, I was like, well, hell, this new guy, they might not even take this recruiting class. So, but Bill Onsberger came in and said, he came in so late he couldn't change. So he just said, hey, we'll keep what we have and we make do. And that's how I ended up at LSU.
That's a nice story for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Out of nowhere. I always liked LSU. I think it's because I hated USC so much. And I know when I was growing up, it was always those two were always your top tier teams.
Yeah.
So I always loved LSU.
Yeah,
Louisiana.
Pretty good run.
Yeah.
Yep. So you were down there 3 years, and there was a trivia question that came up, I want to say like 2 years ago, because with the emergence of Justin Jefferson and his counterpart to Cincinnati, what's his name?
Jamar Chase.
Yeah. And there was this little thing about, who the best receivers out of LSU were. Man, people were saying Dwayne Bowe, Brandon LaFell, Odell. I was like, y'all forgetting somebody, and if I'm not mistaken, you still hold a couple of records, don't you?
I held the record for a pretty long time. I don't know if it's shit. Man, they've been pumping them out of LSU, so it could have been.
Yeah, but they're like 2 and done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They've been pumping it out, but I think it was either the yardage record or something like that I held for a very long time. But
receptions, if I'm not mistaken, the trivia question was receptions, and it was actually you.
It could have been receptions, yeah.
And the 3,000-yard guy, I think, was Dwayne Bowe.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Yeah.
But you still got some records down there, brother. So you were down there tearing it up.
I had a great time. Back then, man, we were tossing that rock. We had just started tossing the ball, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had an offensive coordinator who was Ed Zonebrecker. Guy was pretty creative. For those times, he was pretty creative. And we were tossing the ball a lot. And not only that, but we, I don't know if you guys remember Harvey Williams was one of our running backs. He's pretty successful down there. We had a pretty balanced offense, but we were really throwing the ball around down there at LSU. And then I came to the Bears, man.
Wow.
Like,
Ain't too much
Yeah.
going on.
Hard to pass the ball here in Chicago.
Oh my God! Oh man, you went from a pro style offense to like get a ball to like
just give the ball to your running back.
There you go. There you go.
You still put up some phenomenal numbers here in Chicago, even with mediocre quarterbacks.
Yeah, we had to do what we had to do, man. But I think it was just changing though. I think the league was changing too. During that time.
But remember, you still had. We talking 88 now.
Yeah.
So you still had some teams that started to get a little innovative. You had Jerry Glanville.
Yeah.
You know, you had that run and shoot just getting open in Houston. Wayne Fox was throwing the ball up there in Detroit with Barry Sanders. You know, you had some things brewing, but like when you got here and you knew you were that first round pick, did they kind of sell you on like Mike Tom's actually gonna be able to get you the ball and we gonna change? Like, how did that like conversation
try
go?
to sell you?
Look, I said try.
No, you didn't say try.
You always got play action.
No.
No. And I always got Neil Anderson.
There you go.
Well, that's why I'm like, once that was, you know.
Well, you know, it was tradition, man. It was tradition. Monsters of the Midway defense,
run the ball,
right?
Pound the ball, run
Monsters
the ball.
of the Midway and pounding the football. Walter Payton, pounding the football, and that was a tradition here. And when I got drafted, I was excited to get drafted. You know,
first round pick. A lot of people don't know that. First round pick.
First round pick. Yeah, they had two that year. It was me and Brad Mustard.
Yep.
Brad Mustard.
Yeah, me and Brad Mustard. And
he was what, 13 or something? He was earlier.
He was earlier. Yeah, he was. He was earlier, and I was the last pick in the first round.
Was the last? Okay.
The last pick, man. I was you know the difference in money, man. Shit.
Yeah. Right. Especially back then, right? That was before guarantees and all.
Come on, man.
And it's interesting you brought that up because one of my questions was, what do you feel about how much wide receivers are making nowadays? Like you just got somebody who just rocked out a $27 million a year contract who hasn't been healthy for the last 3 years. I don't think he even finished one season in the last 3 years, and they're still paying them this. Like,
it's amazing, man. It's amazing.
It's a transfer. It's changed. Like you're not paying running backs now, and now you're giving all your money to your quarterbacks and receivers.
Quarterback and receiver, because that's where the game is now.
Yep.
That's where the excitement is. That's why the eyeballs go to the TV. They want to see some excitement, man. You know, they don't want to, they like runs. They like long runs. They don't like them little short runs. You know, they like long passes. They want eyeballs on the TV screen. And but to answer your question, more power to them, man. I mean, I applaud these young brothers for getting this money.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you can pay somebody that much money, damn, how much money are you making?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
You know, how much money are you making? So,
but you all paved the way for that. So, you know, they need
exactly. You have to, you know, and to be honest with you, and to be honest with you, it's like a cycle, bro. You know, shit. I don't know if you guys know Jim Osborne. Jim Osborne played for the Chicago Bears. Who's a mentor of mine. He played for the Chicago Bears for about, he probably like almost 13, 14 years. But he played D lineman. And to listen to him talk about what they used to make when he played, you know, how they used to have to work 2 jobs, you know. And so you get an appreciation for what guys have done before you, and they done all this stuff you do it all for others to do better, you know. So I applaud these guys. I hope one of them own a team at some point, you know.
That's the next step.
Yeah, that's the next step.
You're getting that money now, absolutely.
Yeah. So
as long as you know how to finance that money and not.
Oh yeah.
Spend it all.
Hey, these guys are smart these days, man. These guys, I mean, they have a lot of resources. Yeah, they know what they're doing.
There's still a couple idiots out there, though.
Oh, that's in every industry, though.
Damn,
I still see those every once in a while.
That's all over, Frank. You got
absolutely.
Damn, Frank.
That's never gonna change. But let's dive back into that. That
back
first
to the
year.
Bears.
Yeah.
How did it feel for you? You were playing with a great quarterback at LSU, and then you came to the Bears, and you're like, damn, he gonna be throwing me the ball? How did that feel? Speak on that.
I didn't exactly say that, Terrence.
You probably didn't say it, but you were thinking it.
I think that's everybody in Chicago knows that.
Well, no. In fairness, because when you first got there, Mike Tomczak was highly coveted coming out of Ohio State.
Yeah, but when I first got there, Mike Tomczak was the quarterback.
Right.
Jim McMahon was the quarterback.
Jim McMahon, right. Tomczak was the backup.
Yeah,
that was just your rookie year, though, right? Your rookie year was Jim McMahon, right?
My rookie year was Jim McMahon, and I thought Jim McMahon was a very good quarterback. One of the smartest quarterbacks I've been around. Honestly. One of the smartest quarterbacks I've been around. Physically,
he was tough as hell.
Some struggle. I think, I caught him almost on the downside, right? But as far as knowing what to do and making plays, I thought Jim McMahon was one of the guys that could do that. I've seen this guy. I've experienced him actually just disregard the play that comes in.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard
that.
that.
They'll call the play, and he said, "We can call that damn play." he'll just say, "We're gonna run this." And back in those days, you ain't had that damn
headset
on, right? Shit, it was me and the other receivers. You had to run it in.
Yeah,
you had to remember that whole long damn play, right? It's like shit. You thinking on the sideline, you like, I got to remember this play, and you just trying to remember in your head, and you get there and you get it right. And shit, you give it to him, and he goes, I'm not gonna run that damn play. We're gonna run this one. And it works. But when it don't work, they look at you. They say, what you tell them to call? I said, I gave them the call.
Right.
I gave him the call.
Also, Dick and was trying to blame you.
Oh, they want to know, did you give him the right call? Yes, I did. Right?
It's like I ain't covering for you with Dick as the coach.
No, that's Jimmy.
But back to your question, I think Jim McMahon was a good quarterback. I'm the type of guy, Terrence.
You aren't gonna say anything bad about anybody.
No. Right. I don't do that. But I'm just the type of guy. Shit, you give me lemons, I'm gonna try to make lemonade out of it, baby.
Yeah, you did. You did.
So, if because shit in football, man, it's a team sport. Right. If he looks bad, I'm gonna look bad.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Like I was young with Jim McMahon, but from what I hear is he never really kept his body in the greatest shape. We'll say that in a little bit of a nicer way, because from what I hear,
he was hurt a lot.
Well, what do you mean?
I hear a lot.
What do you mean?
Well, like he was like a big partier. Was this true? This is what I've always heard.
Watch it, Frank.
Well,
truth ain't gonna hit me. I'm not talking about Mustafa.
well, we all party, man.
I know that, but I
Some-
guess because he's the
some
quarterback,
more than
everyone
others.
remembers him doing it.
Some more than others. Some of us made a lot of money off partying, right?
Yeah.
Some
Fair
of
enough.
us, you guys know Jim McMahon is the punky Q court, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
So
Absolutely. And I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that comes with that.
Exactly. He kept his image up, right? But
Right.
see, you don't know what he did behind the scenes. It's just what you saw on that screen, man.
I know he was a rebel, and we are thankful for him being a rebel and getting us that Super Bowl. We are
Yeah,
thankful.
there you go.
So,
Just wish we could have had.
We're not gonna knock Jimmy Mack around here. Now, them other guys, man. But I wanted to ask you, because when you came in, you automatically were billed to us as the number one because that was the year that Willie Gault went to the Raiders.
Yeah.
So you automatically became our number one, our deep threat and everything. How was that kind of like that portrayed to you? Was it like big shoes to fill when you came in already, knowing that we weren't like a pass heavy team?
Right. Right. Yeah, it was told to me that I would be the number. I would compete for the number one. Let's put it that way. Because remember, you had Ron Morris still. Ron Morris still here.
Number 84.
Yeah, number 84. Yeah. You still had the pocket knife guy, Dennis Gentry. Yeah.
Dennis Gentry.
He could do it all. Yeah.
Everything.
He could do it all. So, it was more, and we had Silky D. We still had Silky D.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. His last year before he went to Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah. So we had Silky
D.
Silky D. Yep, had Silky D. So I had to compete for it. But it was there for me to take. I had to compete for it. But one thing I didn't like my rookie year is, man, we were doing so much damn subbing, man. We were giving people, you take this series, and then the other guy come in and take a series. And I'm like, I can't play like that.
No
rhythm.
Yeah, I can't get in rhythm. I can't get in rhythm. You take a series, you take this half, you take that. I'm like, I can't get a rhythm. So it was, that was hard. That was hard to do. And I really thought the coaches should have made a decision. Choose one or the other. Choose one or the other.
That's what we've been dealing with.
Was that a Dicker type thing? Because I remember he didn't do a lot of subbing in the good old days. He didn't do a lot of subbing.
That was. I mean, he was the head coach. So that's they make the final decisions. At the time, who was the offensive coordinator? Greg Landry.
Greg Landry.
Yeah, Greg Landry was the offensive coordinator. Quarterback he was a quarterback at Detroit. But he was the offensive coordinator. But they didn't pull the trigger, man. And I think that hurt us rather than help us, man. Because it's hard as hell to get a rhythm when you're going in and out of the game.
Yeah, right. I agree. And, we've been dealing with that with the last 4 years with our. I don't want to say his name because then I got to put $1 in the bank. So we're not going to say his name right now. But I mean, it just seemed like even with him, like we'd have a running back make a beautiful 25, 30-yard run, and then he gets pulled.
Yeah.
So you think these people aren't in shape anymore? They can't run the ball again after that? Like, Jesus, man. Like, I always believed in rhythm. I hate it when people do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Look,
I actually went to Coach Diggett during the offseason, though, and I just told him I can't do this. I need to be a starter or just,
So what was his response to that?
I can't. Let's hear this.
No, he understood, and he understood. And that next year, I became the starter.
Speaking of which, I wanted to show some of our younger viewers that don't really know about Mr. Wendell. You about to learn today. So I put this together from YouTube, and
what you got there?
See it? Here you go.
What you got?
Like I said,
let's scroll down memory lane.
I would like to say this was before those sticky ass gloves that those wide receivers wear.
Oh, no, those was hands.
And did you see the way he reached out?
Yeah, you don't have these alligator wide receivers.
Jim Harbaugh.
Hey, I'm my shoulder still hurt from that, man.
Matter of fact, he was catching them damn balls on the. That's the Buccaneers I remember before these new damn Buccaneers that started beating everybody's ass and winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah. But all hands too. Like you didn't like them gloves, huh?
No.
When it got cold, JB, I had to put them on. Shit, you know I'm from Louisiana, man.
Understood.
Yeah.
Oh. And let me applaud you from catching a ball from Peter Tom Willis. I'm surprised he got there.
That's who that number 10 was.
I was looking at that quarterback who threw.
I was going to ask, who is that?
Peter Tom Willis. I'm like, I'm surprised it got there. It was like,
got a damn
ball goes
serial
straight to
killer
the
name.
toes, man.
Peter Tom Willis.
But I'm like, he was either Florida or Florida State, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was Florida State.
Yeah, Florida State.
Was that like one of the only completions he ever threw?
It looked good. Even though Wendell made it look good.
He didn't play much.
How many different quarterbacks did you play with?
Now that's a good question. Now I played with I played with
it's like 5.
Jim McMahon,
6.
Tom Zach, Harbaugh, Peter Tom Willis, JB, you might know the guy, Führer.
Will Führer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a buster.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we ain't gonna go down memory lane and remember how many Bears quarterbacks that were busters, goddamn. It's a long list.
That would be one long
that would take the whole podcast.
Shit, that set his whole goddamn list right there.
But if you just think about it, Wendell, I'm gonna say this respectfully. The caliber of quarterback that you had made it even more impressive what you did here. Because it's not like you had Warren Moon, Jay Schrader, or somebody, threading that ball to you. You had to do some, because a lot of times I was like, he's open, and he's slowing down to catch the ball. Okay, he caught it. Because you had beat the guy by so much, and then the ball just wasn't getting there.
Yeah.
It was a good one, Dan. Good one, Dan.
That's a good. That was one of my strengths, man. Is that
tracking that ball?
The tracking the ball, right? Because and I'm deceptively fast. People,
I said deceptive.
Yeah. So
I've noticed on those highlights, a lot of those you didn't really outrun somebody because that ball just floated in there.
They kind of just drop them in there, but I'm good at body control. I was good at body control.
Yeah, I know you were good.
I love the way
you're like Forrest Gump.
You shield them on your back and then reach over and get it.
Exactly.
Run, Forrest, run.
But I must say this: the Bears are quarterbacks, man.
Still is. We're hoping that ends this soon.
Hopefully, we get it right this time.
It only took us 70 quarterbacks, 80.
Yeah,
shit.
I mean, in fairness, we had a couple of.
We had solid ones, but never a real good one.
Who, JB? Who?
Me personally, I expected a great deal from Jeff Blake.
We're not talking about expected, though.
I expected a great deal.
This ain't Cincinnati, Jeff Blake.
We all expected.
Jim Miller wasn't bad. Jim Miller just got hurt. Same thing with Eric Kramer. If they don't get hurt,
we could be talking different, but it's
if
just
Jim Miller,
the Bears.
If Jim Miller wasn't able to stay in that pocket, which he wasn't. So I'm still waiting.
And then we got Jay Cutler.
Oh God!
We expected good things from Jay Cutler, though.
How long was Jay Cutler with the Bears, though?
Like 8 years, 7, 8
Jay
years.
Wasn't bad. Like
he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad.
You were still watching back then. What do you think?
Yeah.
Because it's different when we're on the sideline watching these guys, and you're in the trenches with them. You know what they can and cannot do. So if they're put in a position that you know they can't succeed in anyway, that's kind of not their fault.
And plus, you got, especially at that position, man, everything happens. If you don't have a damn offensive line in front of you, man,
amen to that.
You know, you're gonna struggle. You know, you're gonna struggle. I don't care what kind of quarterback you in. Yeah.
Right.
You put the GOAT back there, shit, he gonna struggle, man.
And that's why I think like this if you follow the draft that went this year with the Bears, a lot of people weren't happy. We only signed one receiver, but we got like 5 offensive linemen? And all of them are a bunch of mean mothers, that's for sure, man. Like, and you need some attitude on that line.
We'll see when you put them pads on.
Yeah, but we can't, you know what, we can't even talk about lines to Wendell because, I mean, you still had Hilgenberg and Thayer and Covert and them boys. Like, you still had
we had a solid line.
The Bears.
We had a solid line, you know.
Yeah, you had to as much as you ran.
Well, they back then, man, they were going off that old philosophy, run the ball first and throw and create, so you can run the play action and get your pass game going, right?
Yeah.
That was the whole gist of it. But now shit, they come out throwing that rock, man.
Even without an offensive line, he's still gonna, God, I'm not saying his name, but he's still gonna drop back. I almost did, yeah. You have the worst offensive line statistically in the NFL, and you're still dropping your quarterback to 5-step drops, no extra protection.
Yeah,
he's my guy I hate.
So Wendell, do you still watch the Bears? Or do you watch football? I know we've gone and had a couple of players on here, former players on here. Some of them don't watch the game anymore. Some of them do.
I tell you, I don't go out my way, right? If I happen to be at home and
why is that? There is so many.
I'm wondering if you guys
don't watch football. Is it because football is getting too soft now?
Once y'all retire, y'all be like, I don't watch that.
I tell you what, I watch it more now than I did when I first got out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because you just don't want to bring those memories back or something?
It's just that, when you're around it all your life, for me anyway, I was trying to do something else. I was trying to do something else, learn something else. And I had enough of football at the time.
So you actually were closing that chapter, or you just needed a break?
Say it again.
You actually were closing that chapter of your life with football, or you needed a break?
Well, let me back up.
Mm-hmm.
When I was transitioning from football.
Okay.
When I was transitioning from, so everybody don't leave the same way, right? As some people get to leave on their own terms. And those guys typically, they stay around football because they got to leave the way they wanted to leave. You get a very nice career and, you leave some guys get fired. There's a bitterness there when you get fired, right? You'd be like, man, fuck football. I don't want to have nothing to do with football anymore. And then you have some guys that get injured. And they have to leave the game.
Right, exactly.
And you have guys struggle with that. And that was me. The last one.
Yeah.
When I got injured, I struggled leaving the game because that, you being naive and hey, I'm gonna play this game for this long and this, that whole story.
Mm-hmm.
And not realizing that it could be over for you in a second. Yeah. And that's what happened to me. So I was kind of bitter, didn't want to have anything to do with it, and after a while, man, I realized that I had to move on. I had to have that funeral, had to bury it and move on. And so, but I watch it
about that too.
I watch it when I get a chance though.
Like that was one thing I was really trying not to bring up on this podcast was
Go ahead, man. Philly's all right.
I didn't really know if you really wanted to talk about it because that was.
I was going to bring it up.
He's at that point where okay, go on.
I'm just gonna say
it's just like that was sad, no doubt about it, man.
But we had so much hope because it was you and Curtis Conway on the outside.
Yeah.
Plus Waddle underneath, because remember, Waddle started coming around.
Yeah.
Ryan Wetnight was a good tight end. I mean, not Ryan Wetnight. Chris Gedney was a good tight end. Man, we was rolling.
We had a good receiver room. That room was growing, man. It was we were finally getting ready to turn the corner and become a different team, right? Than just a running team. We were getting ready to turn that corner. No, I don't. I mean, it happened, man, and I'm at peace with it.
I remember the game, and y'all had just had 2 turnovers on Bubby Brister that came from Pittsburgh. Y'all was killing them.
Yeah.
Out up top, and the ball came short.
That was
it was a short pass.
Yeah,
trying to stop, man, and just got stuck and. Tried to go up and get it, and the damn patella tendons, both of them popped. And shoot, man, I hit the ground, and it was like, okay, did that really just happen? And next thing, and so I immediately I look down, and I'm like, okay, something's not right here, and then the doctors come running out, and they go, which leg is it? I said both. He was like, what? I said, no, it's both. He's like, no, you kidding me? I was like, yeah. And then he pulled up up my knee pads, and man, my damn knees had disappeared.
They were in your thigh.
They were like up in my just slid up a little bit into like the thigh area. And I was like, oh my God.
Got like a cramp in my leg right now.
And it's like, okay. And then, but at first, man, my legs were like numb, right? And then all of a sudden that pain just hit. Boom. I was like, oh, then it really got hurt. It got bad.
And that was the first injury of that magnitude ever in NFL history, right?
Yeah. That was the first time that happened. And and actually it's happened like 2 or 3 times now.
Not on both legs. I don't remember.
Not all on turf.
Yeah,
on both legs. It's happened a couple times
legs
now.
Too?
One guy from the I think it was Cleveland Browns, defensive back. He did it because I reached out to him and I actually met him.
Okay,
he did it. Yeah.
I did drink after that one. Jesus.
Yeah.
Because that damn vet, my uncle Lester Holmes played for Philly.
Lester Holmes,
offensive guard, number 73, and Philly, like that divot and the seams coming loose on that car, it was just terrible.
Yeah, that was a bad field, man. That was a bad field. Plus they played baseball in that.
That's really where the AstroTurf. That's why I was jacked up, because they played baseball on that shit.
It was true.
You run in that stadium. Some of them spots you hit, man, it's like a dead spot. It's like you can hear it. You can hear it. But I remember when they imploded that sucker, man. They called me. They called me actually and asked me, did I want to push the button?
No.
I say, man, no, y'all blow that song gun.
You got it.
But I'm done.
So, Mr. Wendell, we had a question earlier.
Yeah.
From our guy Jesse. He was asking about Jim Harbaugh. What kind of man was he? And he seems like he had that don't quit attitude, because it shows on the field when he was coaching.
Yeah.
But I also know that when you were coaching with Mike Singletary in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And then Jim Harbaugh came, and when he came, y'all had to go.
Yeah.
Were you a little bit salty? Like, man, I caught all your passes, and now you just gonna tell me I gotta go?
I was thrown back, bro. I was a bit thrown back. But at that point, after being in coaching, I understand the dynamics of it. Mm-hmm. In that industry, man, it's important to get people around you that's going to support you, right? That's got your back. And I think that's what happened to Mike. He
you got to be careful when you inherit coaches from another staff that's already there. Because sometimes it doesn't,
doesn't pan out.
They go behind your back, because it plays out. It happens,
It sounds like you almost want to say
it happened before, right?
Huh?
I said it sounds like you almost want to call it a mutiny, like they was plotting.
Well, you have to, especially in that profession, man, you have to be on the same page with the head coach. You have to be on the same page with your head coach. If you're gonna break away and have your own little clique, then what you just said, JB, a mutiny can happen, right? So you got to make sure the guys that you bring on, that bring on your staff, are really with you. And I really think, personally, I think that's a mistake that Mike Singletary made. That's one of the mistakes that he made. And when that happens, man, you got factions of your team. It's already you already got an offense and a defense and a special teams. Those three there. But then when you got one of them not pulling for what everybody else wants and everybody kind of doing their own shit, it's like, it can implode on you real fast. So with that being said, Terrence, I was taken back, but I understand how that business works. That's why when I see guys get fired, head coaches get fired, I'm thinking everybody's gone. Everybody's everybody they about to clean house. They about to, because most of the time, these guys that get these head coach jobs, they already have the coaching staff. Yeah, they already done.
They already bring their entire team with them.
Yep. When they go meet with the president and everything, this is my staff. This is and they come in ready to go, man. And
so I guess apologize for Harbaugh because he owed you, and he was wrong.
He did.
He owed you. I should
have brought that up. I started to bring that up too, man.
You should have like, hey, dude, you cost me some millions, man.
I guess he's not on your Christmas list, huh?
No, he's all right, man. I saw him when I was in. He was at Stanford when I went to San Francisco. So I chatted with him briefly, but.
Hey, Wendell, I just want to put a disclaimer out there. First of all, John is a fucking Michigan State fan, so that's why he's coming at Harbaugh like that.
No, I didn't like Harbaugh.
Nah, your ass some Michigan State. We all know that bullshit.
I like Michigan State because I don't like Michigan. Does that count?
I went to Michigan State. It's a difference. I didn't just like them. I went to school there. Like damn.
Sorry for you.
But Jim is he really is that type of person you see on TV, competitor. The guy competes in every freaking thing, man. I mean, from we used to play cards. You play spades. That was the card game everybody played pretty much. Spades. He and Neil Anderson, man, they used to compete in everything.
Y'all play some biz.
So the media, Neil was like,
man.
Behind the scenes, he wasn't. It sounds like,
man.
Hey, Wendell got some stories,
man.
Sarah, break them out.
How much time we got on?
Break them out. We'll extend it. Just don't tell too
much. No, I'm not gonna do that. Huh? No.
I want to ask you this.
What?
By us being fans or whatnot, and you guys being players and actually, interacting, you hear different rumors as a fan about certain players and certain coaches. How was Dicker as a coach?
You can swear. You can swear.
Yeah, you can swear. You can swear all the fuck you want.
I ain't watching this tomorrow.
Hey, Foul, you supposed to put $1 in the jar, bro. You said
yeah, put $1 in the jar.
Hey, I'm working on my third job.
Almost fell off my chair. You crazy, man.
What I would say about Dicker was the guy he is who you see, what you see on TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he is a hard, no nonsense coach. He's a old school coach, right? I just think he couldn't adapt with them young boys, man.
Come on, you hold it back. I can tell you hold it back, Wendell. You hold it back. It's some more shit that need to come out.
Hey, he couldn't adapt, man. Yeah, hey, you're not gonna get, I saw the Silky D episode. I did see that episode, and I knew you were gonna get what you wanted out of him.
Or in other words, Mr. Wendell telling us,
right. I'm getting y'all ass the PC version.
Yeah, I can't.
We had to try it.
The Bears are who we thought they were. That's what we get.
Yeah, because I saw, like, when you watching things on ESPN, the different documentaries or whatnot, you had guys. Well, you listen to guys like Mongo and the Fridge, and they were talking about how that relationship was with him and Buddy. Because I remember one specifically.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They said, "Hey, Fridge, y'all better go get your boy Dicker. Because we don't want him feeling a certain way, because we about to raise Buddy big ass up to the motherfucking ceiling. We want to make sure that he don't feel a certain way. So go get your boy."
Yeah. See, I'm like you there, Foulmouth. I was on the outside looking in on that.
Mm-hmm.
See, so I've heard a lot about that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. I mean, it seems to be that's what the situation was back then, man. They had. It goes back to that what I talked about earlier. Those factions, man. You got offense and defense. And shit. We're gonna do. This is our head coach. No, this is our head coach, right? And so it gets that way. But no, Dicker was what you saw, bro. He was Dicker.
I'm so surprised Dicker did not get into pretty much a fight on the sidelines. Like,
well, I can tell you this.
Not televised.
He knew who to mess with. He knew who to mess with. See, when my rookie year,
mm-hmm.
he cursed me out pretty much. I remember when we were in New England, and man, my rookie year, I wouldn't. It's like I told you guys, I wasn't playing much. In and out. And Silky D said actually Silky D was our punt returner, and Silky D got sick, man. Like the day before the game, he got sick as hell. He couldn't go. Right, and so we need a punt, somebody to return punts, and I had been like the backup, but I ain't returned punts, man, since high school.
Mm-hmm.
And so they said, you're gonna return punts. So I said, okay, shit, I ain't playing much, so I'm getting in return punts. Man, I went back there, man, and all week they had been telling this guy he's a pooch kicker, so he's gonna kick it up really high, and he wants the coverage to come down and get up under it, and most of the time you're gonna fair catch that ball. So I'm like, okay, I can do that. Man, got up there in Foxborough, that dude kicked the first punt. I'm looking and I'm like, okay, I got it. And I'm getting ready to catch the ball. And I don't know if you gotta remember Glenn Kozlowski come. I mean, he's blocking, trying to do his job, but he runs into me. And just when I get ready to catch the ball, he hits me, and then the ball hits my shoulder pad and it rolls down to like the 3-yard line. And New England recovers it. And man, before I could even freaking get to the sideline, Coach Dicker just cursed me out. In the just you sorry son of a bitch. You I'm gonna ship your ass back to Shreveport. You got just going off, man. And I'm like, oh, at this time I'm like, man, I got to redeem myself. I was like, I got to get this right. And so I'm like, the next one I'm gonna get this thing right. Sure enough, man, the dude did the same thing. pushed that thing, and I caught it this time, right? And so I'm catching the ball, and I'm running, I'm making a little yardage, and I got hit by Moses Tutupu. I never met, he hit me, man, and all of a sudden that ball just rolled out. It rolled out. I fumbled again. Twice. And he was mad, and of course, he just pounded me, man. Pounded me. And at this time, bro, I was like, okay. I'm like, I'm having a bad day. So I went and sit on the bench, and I went and sit by my brothers, man. I'm saying, man, them brothers moved away from me, man. Them brothers moved away from me. I'm like, damn. And so the very next time, and I'm saying to myself, I'm out. I'm not going back in. And the special team guy come over and said, I said, Coach, I'm not going back in and punt. He said, all right. He said, all right, we'll get somebody else. I said, all right. Then Coach Dick, and it's time to punt, and I was on the sideline, and Coach Dick was like, where's 82? And special team coach Kazar said, he's over here. He said, get his ass in there, put him back in there. And I was like, what? He said, put him back in there, get back in there. So I get back in there, man, and I'm like, oh boy. So the guy, sure enough, did it again, right? I called it this time, fellas. I called it.
I was like, I couldn't imagine the third time.
I made sure I called it this time. Shit, I ain't do no running.
You called it the last time.
Just hold on to it.
Hey, I didn't do no running. Off that sucker. Right there.
Diggo would have been like the water boy and just charged through that.
It's like, but one thing I did that did help me that day. He saved me though, really, because my confidence was like this.
Gone, yeah.
It was like this. And if he wouldn't have told me to get back in there, shit, that'd probably been it for me, right? But my confidence was down. And sure enough, and why I share this, and also that following week, you guys remember when Dicker had that heart attack?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask too about that heart attack.
He had that heart attack. That was after that game. And so he had that heart attack, and every time they talked about that, they showed him chewing my ass out.
Like it was your fault.
So we gonna say you contribute to the heart attack, huh?
Heart attack.
My boys were calling me from home. Man, what you doing, man? You
giving people heart attacks.
Yeah. So
that shit about to start trending. Yeah, Wendell was the reason why Dicker had that heart attack.
Dog, I'm so glad they didn't have social media back then, bro.
I couldn't even imagine what social media.
You've been playing that on your show, Terrence.
Oh man!
Honestly, the only big heated moment I remember ever seeing with him was when the Packers cheap shot at Jim McMahon. What was that? 85?
Nah,
that was the year. That was the following year.
Was that the following year?
Yeah.
Okay, like I still remember that cheap shot, and that's still probably the biggest cheap shot I have ever seen.
Yeah.
And Dick looked like he was about to take that guy's damn head off, man. He was trying to charge out on that field and attack him, but like the refs were like holding him back.
Well, like I said earlier, he knows who to mess with.
Yeah.
I saw him do that to kind of try to bow up to Richard Dent, right? On the sideline.
That'd be a good one right there.
He was screaming and Richard was mad and
that's a big old country boy.
He was like he called himself cursing Richard out. And Richard said, "What you say?" He said, "What you say to me?" Digger looked at him and Richard started walking toward him. Digger took off the other way.
But you know what I remember on TV? Remember he went after Stan Thomas? You remember that?
Yeah.
The O-lineman, that was like what, like 91 or 2 or something like that?
I remember this shit, man.
Stan Thomas was like,
I remember Stan Thomas, but I
number 60. And then they got an iconic picture of him walking with sunglasses doing this after the
yeah. Because I seen a couple times him going at McMahon, and they always show McMahon sitting up there the minute Dicker turned his head like.
So, Mr. Wendell.
Yes, sir.
Before we let you go, who was the best quarterback that you played with?
Oh, dear Lord. We got a large list to choose from.
With the Bears?
Yeah, with the Bears.
I have to say Jim Harbaugh.
That's sad.
You have to say Jim Harbaugh, or you choose to say Jim Harbaugh?
I have to say Jim Harbaugh.
For the talent that you had, man, to say that Jim Harbaugh was your best.
Michigan.
Well,
shut up, Chris.
Facts are the facts. That's who I call most of the balls from.
That is true.
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah, that was your close to 1,000-yard receiving.
That
was with Jim Harbaugh. I remember that year.
Yeah,
6 touchdowns.
You thought he was going to say Mike Tomlin?
No, it was Peter Tom Willis.
Will Ferrell, man.
Right. Oh, you know what I did want to ask you, because you had mentioned something about when we were talking about closing the chapter before we let you go. I know you had latched on with the Colts.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, you was actually on a video game. What happened with that Colts situation?
Well, remember, I got drafted. Who was the? I forget who the GM was. His brother was the defensive coordinator for the Bears.
You're not talking about, it wasn't Vince Tobin, was it?
Vince Tobin. His brother was the GM. Yeah. So I got drafted by him. So he went to the Colts.
Okay.
And so he went to the Colts, and after a year of rehab, I felt like I could come back and play. And he reached out to me and wanted to know if I wanted to come to Indianapolis and give it a shot. And I said, yeah, I'd love to do that. So I went there, made the squad. He just thought, he said, hey, we want you to continue to rehab. And, you're going to make the team. We want you to continue rehab, and hopefully we can use you, during the season or the next season. So I was doing that, and I never forget this, man. This is when I really knew it was time for me to leave. Right. It was during a mini camp, and you know how you do one-on-ones, right? DBs, right. And you do one-on-ones, and I'm in the receiver line, and the DB line is over there, and I just happen to look up, and I look at these young guys. They count. They going, trying to see who they're gonna go with, right? And I was like, oh, what are they counting for? So they were counting to see which number I was in line.
Damn.
Oh, so they could go against you?
Exactly. So I was like, oh hell no, it's time for me to get out of here. And I was like, They trying to show me up on film.
Trying to pick on you.
Yeah.
But you made the opening day roster.
I know, but this is
you're on Tecmo Bowl 3, like you're on the game.
This is after I've made. This is that next season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is that next season. See, I was there in '95.
Right.
That '96 season, I was like, nah, I can't do it.
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done. I had my day in the sun. I'm out. Shit. Yeah.
So had you not got injured, how long do you think you would have played?
At least 3 more years. At least 3 more years. I got 7 years in. I thought I could play at least 3 more years to be effective.
Oh, only 3? Because, like I said, you would have had a lot of pressure taken off you with Curtis Conway there now.
Yeah, I mean,
you were very productive and healthy when they drafted him as another first-round receiver.
Yeah.
So that was the 1-2 punch. That was the Rice and Taylor. That was the Carter and Carter,
Well, I thought I could play at least 3 more years and be effective, be an effective receiver. And it probably I probably would have been a role player. Probably next 2 or 3 years after that, one of those guys
that you had. I couldn't see a role player.
Being a role player and that type of thing. But
everybody needs a 1-2 punch now.
I
you and Curtis Conway would have made any quarterback look good.
Perspective, but I look at not only the route running, but the fact that you don't drop the ball. You remember we had a lot of years where we were like, we can't catch a cold, but naked into bed drinking a Slurpee. He was
quarterbacks were throwing knuckleballs too, though.
Hey, we could, man. I was like the no hand squad, but you caught that ball.
Yeah.
You and Seaway would have been something, man. I'm telling you.
Seaway is my guy, man. He's my little brother, man. Yeah,
especially because that was when Eric Kramer came around.
Yeah.
Those past few years after that too. Like
he
that
came that following year.
Like that year, Eric Kramer had the great year. If you would have put you on that team with Curtis Conway, I couldn't. I mean, there's nothing we would be saying now anymore about the best quarterback of all time for the Bears, because it would have been Eric Kramer. I feel like if it was both you and Curtis Conway,
they were
like that would have been
throwing that ball. Yeah,
because then Simpson probably would have went to the slot, speed guy, just
Yeah.
But then irony, because when Harbaugh went to the Colts, you technically was on that roster. So,
yeah. That's when he became Captain Comeback.
Yeah, I forgot you was AFC Championship game.
Yeah. You remember that? Yeah.
Did that play into your decision? Like, oh hell no!
You go starting that shit, Tim.
Oh no, Jim is on this. Oh no, fuck that! I got it.
No, Jim was already there, Terry.
I'm out.
Oh
God, yeah.
Oh hell no! I can't do this shit.
Yeah, you don't like Jim Harbaugh, do you?
No, not a fan. I don't really like that.
I love him. What? He's not on my top 5.
Not on top 5.
He wouldn't be you, Spartan. He wouldn't be you, Spartan.
Wait, you're saying Eric Kramer is not on your top 5?
No, Jim Harbaugh.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah,
I thought you said Eric Kramer. I was like, can you list your top 5?
He's 1. Shit. No, I'm sorry, he's 2, because McMahon is 1 for me.
McMahon is 1 what?
Bears quarterback. He's like my number 1 Bears quarterback.
Kramer's my 3rd.
He's my 2nd.
Shit,
is that because he won a Super Bowl? Or is that because you thought he was good?
I just like that he said, "The hell with Dick, I'm doing my own thing."
Well,
like you said, and it worked.
You got to have some of that in you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you got to have some of that in you, man.
I used to go around the house with a damn headband on, just like McMahon did.
Oh yeah, you got to have some of that.
And a little holding a surfboard while he's in Chicago. Surfer boy Jim McMahon.
Yeah, but I mean, he went to BYU, and when he was drafted, he was drinking. What was he drinking? Budweiser when he got drafted. So he had a can of Budweiser.
Yeah.
Home of the
I tell you though, I tell you what though, fellas, Chicago is probably is the greatest sports city in the world.
Yes, it is.
In my opinion, it is the greatest sports city in the world.
Oh, Terrence,
I will drink to that.
You got a couple questions to ask.
Oh yeah, especially since he's living in Chicago.
He's still here.
Yeah, we don't got to go back.
Okay, well, I wasn't going to ask, but
I mean, because we didn't play How Chicago Are You, so you definitely can.
We did not play that because, well, no,
he's here, so he's pretty damn Chicago.
No, Mr. Wendell.
Yes, sir.
Pizza places.
Okay.
What is your favorite pizza?
What's my favorite pizza or pizza place?
Pizza place.
Pizza place.
See, we got Lou Malnati's, we got Giordano's, we got what's the other one?
Were you saying those in order?
Bears quarterbacks here.
Were you saying those in order, or you just saying them?
Give us that.
I like them. Hey, so let me say this first. Mm-hmm. I can eat any pizza. I don't care if it's from Pizza Hut. I can eat any pizza.
I just had some cheap ass Little Caesars tonight.
But I do love Chicago style pizza. I love the deep dish. I love the thin crust. I love all those pizzas that they make here in Chicago.
So what's your go-to? Lou Malnati, or Giordano's?
Lou Malnati's.
Oh, Mr. Wendell. All right, fried chicken. Fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
Where is your go-to spot for fried chicken in Chicago?
In Chicago would be Harold's Chicken.
Harold's.
Yes. Everybody picks Harold's, man. I gotta go to Harold's.
Harold's Chicken.
Harold's Chicken.
Yeah.
Yes. Harold's Chicken.
I'm from the burbs. I don't got Harold's out here.
So I have to ask you, because of where you stay, have you had Italian Fiesta yet?
I know damn well he had it. You ain't had Italian Fiesta?
Hook me up.
Hey, when we get off air,
you ain't missing nothing.
I'm sending you. No, yes, he is. Don't you lie to that man.
Don't you lie to him. That shit good as hell. It's greasy as hell.
I'm gonna get your email and your information. I'm sending you. What do you gotta tell me what you like? I'm sending you a pizza. You have to have it because now we ain't gotta travel all the way downtown for Giordano's or Bacino's or go sit in Hyde Park for some. You want some good late night thin crust? And it's close to the crib.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
That's the pizza you eat when you drunk and ain't nothing else open.
You make it sound like it's McDonald's, man, or White Castles, man. Stop.
That's the pizza that you eat on the luxury version McDonald's.
Eat that shit on the golf course.
Right, on the golf course. Tell him, Chris, on the golf course.
Come on now.
Matter of fact, we gonna go golfing and shit. Y'all can all hit the balls. I'll just drive that fucking cart.
You got to play, man, if you go golf with me.
My shit gonna hit Lake Michigan. We go over there to Jackson Park.
It's not like you're gonna be a good golfer here, Foul Mouth, so you're gonna be golfing too.
But you know what I would like to do? I would like to pay for my father to golf with you, Mr. Wendell.
Oh, yeah?
I would love for him to do, because he loves you. I mean, he's the biggest Bears fan ever. That's when I'm a Bears fan.
I'd love to do that, man.
But I would love for him to be able to golf with you. And if I'm correct, I think you all have an outing coming up in July.
Yes, we do. Ooh. We have our annual golf outing, July 12th. Out in Bolingbrook.
Is that the Bears or that's just the NFLPA?
That's the NFLPA. It's the RPFPC part of the NFLPA. Yeah, that's our biggest fundraiser. Where are you living?
We just got to buy a ticket, right?
You got to buy to play.
Yeah, to donate. To donate.
Yeah, you can donate if you want on our site rpfpc.org.
I think you can get a foursome for like $5,000.
Ain't that much, man. We'll take it. We'll take it. You got 5? Yeah. Come on, help the kids, man. Come on.
I want to get that information. That's not far from my house. I'm definitely down for
right
that.
on the corner.
And we'll have a Harold's chicken party at your house, Frank, before we go play golf.
What, are you gonna bring Harold's here then? Because I don't have no Harold's.
No, we gonna make you go in the hood and get it.
Let's just bring the Harold's and we'll eat it while we're driving the golf cart.
We got a VIP event on the 11th, man. Before the golf outing, right there at what's the Empire Burger? So Frank, you know what that is, right?
I haven't been there, but I've seen that.
It's in Naperville, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Saturday
point right there.
That's on that Monday.
Okay, we might be able to make that.
Yeah, that's on the Monday, and then the golf outing's on that Tuesday.
Okay. Yeah, we damn sure make that Monday.
Yeah.
We can do a Tuesday podcast there.
Yeah, because school is out. School is out.
Live
July 11th. You said school is out, so we're free.
JB is like Joe Clark. he like Joe Clark.
Get them chains off the doors. Enemies here.
You smoke crack, don't you?
Kills your brain cells, son.
Mr. Wendell, this has been pure entertainment.
You guys are blast, bro. I'll tell you.
We were honored to have you on the podcast and to talk to you about, your career and then the dreaded day in Philly. We certainly appreciate you being here.
Well, thanks for having me, man. I enjoyed it. You guys are awesome.
You
bro.
talk about one of our hometown heroes, man. You have no idea.
Absolutely.
So much love here.
I was young when you were playing, and I still knew who you were. Like,
I told you we were playing with you on the video game, like you was that dude.
I was literally sitting there watching.
I never played that.
I was sitting there watching NFL.
No, never played Tecmo Bowl, man.
Listen to me. You was that dude.
My dad was sitting there telling me, he was like, "You see this guy? You see a beast, a beast."
That's funny.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, man, I tell you, like I say, Chicago is the best sports city, man, in the world, bro. I used to tell all the guys when I was playing, they, cause y'all talk after the game, and and they like, man, how is it Chicago? I said, dude, you talking about some fans. These fans in Chicago love Chicago sports, right?
When they're doing good.
And it doesn't get any better. And it pains me to see, even when we have crappy seasons, bro, it's like
we're still excited.
Still excited, and you voice your opinion, And
we don't do that.
We always do that on this show. There's no holding back.
Yeah. So it's good. It's
good. No tongue biting or holding back on this show.
Y'all, you're not like me, huh?
We say it.
We even seeing therapists.
Not like you, Mr. Winter.
So I don't have to say it, because you guys say it. So
we'll take a nod and a wink. We understand.
We get it. Yeah, we get it. We get it.
Hey, we gotta have you back, though. We gotta have you back. Have you back.
I'm in Chicago, man. I'm here, bro. So
we gonna link. We gonna link for them pieces, team. We gonna make that happen.
Some of us, so much Chicago fans, shit. We still seeing therapists around this shit about them goddamn Bears.
Don't say it. Don't you say it. We're not talking about the double D's.
He almost said it.
We're not talking about the double D's today.
And Mr. Wendell, if there's any retired player that you know of that would like to come on this show and use this platform to talk about his truth or whatever he wants to talk about,
I got a suggestion for you.
Sure.
One guy, what's his name? Raymond Austin. He played defensive back. Ray Austin.
Okay.
He is actually he created the. You guys heard of fan control football?
Yeah. That's what Terrell Owens is playing. And Michael Vick and Johnny Manziel.
He's one of the creators of that.
Oh no!
Really? He is an actor.
Mm-hmm. So he's got a personality.
Yep. So he is very good. He'd be good for your show, man.
Oh wow!
Okay. And you
can get Dick on here with us.
Look him up on LinkedIn.
Can you try to get Dick on here with us? Because I love to see Dicko with Falmouth. Dicko with Falmouth, man. That'd be so good.
He's not in the shape to be on the podcast, man.
Oh no,
that'd be funny.
Well, Mr. Wendell, we gonna let you go because I'm gonna go to bed soon.
Yeah, you got to. Hey, brothers, I enjoyed it, man.
Yes,
you guys keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Appreciate it.
And please send, or if you send T the information on that Bolingbrook golf outing, man, he can forward it to me.
We worked the site too.
And that VIP day that you mentioned, we would definitely be there.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely come.
Yeah, go to the website. It's all on there, man.
Naperville's even closer to my house. So
T, get us that information, and like I said, your next pizza's on me.
Italian Fiesta, though.
That's what he want to try.
He had it.
I want some Harold's chicken too, though.
Want to try it.
And Frank, we gonna send you to 63rd and King Drive to get the Harold's chicken.
Watch Terrence. Terrence gonna have to go to another damn commercial and shit. You know, he gotta use the bathroom again. So.
Be quiet, man. Be quiet, man. All right, Mr. Wendell. We ain't gonna keep you no more. Appreciate it,
man.
Thanks for the time. It was great to talk to you, man.
Okay.
This podcast is sponsored by Moore's Beef.
Chris, what'd you say? Raise your standards.
Goofball. goofball. But seriously, I am about to go to the bathroom.
That weak ass bladder, man. Oh, sorry.
There was a time when high standards prevailed, when excellent craftsmanship was displayed and treated with the utmost importance. Acquire the crisp, refreshing taste of Moore's Beer. Moore's Beer. Raise your standards.
Never fails. His ass is never back in time.
Made it back.
Did you really?
You literally timed that shit perfectly.
I'm in a hotel.
You actually finish?
I'm in a hotel room, dog. It's not but this big. I did wash my hands though.
You nasty.
Mr. Wendell, man. What a guest. What a guest, man.
Phenomenal guest, man.
Awesome guy. I love Mr. Wendell.
But I still, to this day, can't imagine what the more that guy could have done with his career if he didn't get that injury. Like, my God, man.
I'm telling you, when we go back to that footage, go look at 93. Like, that was about to be some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them and Seaway and Timpson and Watt, like, woo.
Yeah, they would have made the average quarterback
look amazing.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
Well, like, it would have been Kramer. Think about it, because Harbaugh left in 94.
Kramer wasn't the average quarterback.
I'm trying to tell you, we would have been cooking with gas, man. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Kramer was an above average quarterback.
He was above average.
Yeah. He was an above average quarterback.
Yeah, he was way. Who said he was average?
Oh, I thought you meant like he wasn't average, as in you expected him to be low.
Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh.
Oh, Jim Harbaugh.
Average quarterback. He was an average quarterback. Eric Kramer was definitely above average.
It is really sad to hear him say that Jim Harbaugh was his best quarterback.
Not Harbaugh in Indianapolis, though.
Yeah.
He had to go. He had to go, and he got there. And Jim Harbaugh was a quarterback. He was like, "Oh no,
I'm out. Retirement. Here I come.
It's time to go. It's time to go."
I'm telling you, dude, watching what he was doing, we always claim the Bears never had that number one receiver. Oh, we've had them. We just never had a guy to really get them the ball. And when we finally did have that guy, he had one good season, he got hurt.
That's actually a good question. Who is we always talk about the greatest Bears quarterback in history. Who do you guys got as a wide receiver?
For the Bears?
Bears the best wide receiver of all time.
The best wide receiver.
Okay, are you talking about statistically?
Well, if we're going to go statistically, then Jay Cutler is your best quarterback of all time, if we're talking statistically. I'm just saying, in general, the best wide receiver. It doesn't have to be statistically. It could just be touchdowns. It could just be wins, jump balls, like all around everything. Who is your favorite wide receiver of all time?
That is tough.
Right?
I'm giving you
that. really is.
I'm out.
You can easily say Walter Payton's your running back. You can easily say so many different positions.
This is really simple. This is really simple. My top three, I just named two of them, and I'm going to give you the third. It's literally no particular order. It's Seaway, Wendell Davis, Willie Gault. That's my top three.
Over Brandon Marshall?
I was just going to say, you're not going to put Brandon Marshall in the top three?
They're in my top five, but again,
I would have put – I agree with those three, but I might have substituted one of those for Brandon Marshall.
Only reason I say no is because
Brandon Marshall couldn't do anything in the postseason.
Zero.
And I agree with that too.
There's nothing.
How many fucking times we go to the damn postseason shit?
Well, I mean, that was before he was even a Bear too, though. He could never do anything in the postseason, Brandon Marshall. It was sad because he was great. Maybe not great, but he was phenomenal. Very, very good.
I mean, like I said, you can talk about the Alshons. You can talk about the Marty Bookers. Like, we've had some good receivers. But when you're talking about, like,
you could Bernard Berrien be up there and possibly in the top five.
Without question. Without question.
Easy.
Because he made Rex Grossman look freaking great.
has a record as well. Like easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
But
like,
forget about that.
Light up that chat right now, guys. Who is your number one receiver of all time? I want to hear the chat.
Yes, I would love to see this.
Yeah, like that is a very interesting.
I know somebody's going to say Johnny
would
Morris just off the stats, so be prepared for that. Johnny Morris' name is
I know.
Just off the stats.
Yeah,
someone's going to say
Johnny
Morris.
You have to respect it too. You have to respect it. You have to respect
it. Man.
Or everybody's just gonna be quiet, like they don't have an opinion.
Got a lot of lurkers, I guess, today.
Right.
So what do we think so far? What we're hearing from the Bears? Was it? Are they in the OTAs? What are they having right now?
I think it's still
it is OTA.
Yeah, I think it's still OTAs.
Yeah,
it's OTA because it's not mandatory.
Yeah, it's like no pad type stuff. Like
I heard they were praising Kyler Gordon and your boy today.
Well, I told you.
Brisker.
Yeah.
And what's our wide receiver's name again, JB?
Velvet Jones.
Velvet Jones.
I hear a lot of praising with him right now too, man.
Nah, that's bullshit.
But it's because we don't have much else. So I mean, I guess that's very easy to praise him.
I'm still hearing the comparisons to Debo.
You're never gonna stop hearing that, at least until
it's only because of the size. It's not really like I don't even want to entertain that right now.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't see the Debo comparison because you don't have Harbaugh. So
so let me ask you this. Is that more Mike McDaniel and Kyle Shanahan?
Oh, I meant Shanahan, not Harbaugh. My fault.
We knew you meant, but I'm saying, is that more them?
I don't think Debo can go to another team and be another number one receiver.
If you take the running back aspect, of which we've seen that here with Cordero Patterson.
Yes.
If we take that away from Debo, is he a household name?
No, not in my book.
In anybody's book.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about him going to get so much money. I don't see.
So do we want Velvet Jones to be an extension of our running game?
You keep saying that like that's his real name.
His name until
Here's the thing, like you drafted another running back. You're not going to put him in a running back type scheme. They're planning on putting Mr. Velvet Jones to be like a number one, number two receiver.
He can run really fast in a straight line.
But he's got a long way to go if you want him to get that. And who knows? He could surprise all of us. I hope to God he surprises all of us. But
so let's get to this.
That pick is just that.
Let's get to our Post-it note. And then we're gonna get on to Tank's topics. First, let's hit this Post-it note, shall we? So this was rather interesting, and our guy Frank, the Tank, posted it, and I thought there were going to be a lot more responses than what there were, but
there were a lot of likes. But
there were there were a lot of likes, but I guess people don't want to voice their opinion anymore or something. I don't know, but. So this is the post.
Oh,
is Charles Tillman deserving of a Hall of Fame nod?
Well, you got my comment right there already. So,
and Frank said again, he changed the game with tackling, with the peanut punch. So everybody's doing that. So of course, this is 100% deserving.
And I'm saying he's not a first ballot. He's not. It might take him a few years, but is he deserving of it? Absolutely.
So this is what a lot of other people said. Ted Hamilton said he changed the game. He's earned his spot. He's totally behind his induction. Joe Nessie said it's called the peanut punch. How much more do you need? Warren Smith, one word, Warren. Absolutely. That's all he said. Dave Freeman, one word, Dave. Yes.
Got your nickname there, Dave. One word, Dave.
And then Greg Lesher said he's absolutely a Hall of Famer. One of the best the Bears ever had, or something. He said it's cut off, so I can't see.
I'm guessing it's one of the all-time greats. I would think one of the all.
So Foul Mouth and JB, what y'all say? Damn, don't everybody speak at once?
I have to look at his stats again. See,
He's
like
got average stats. Like, I mean, it's nothing.
To see
great.
how many interceptions. I know he's probably got more forced fumbles than any defensive back in NFL history.
Almost double. Almost double.
True.
Absolutely.
And
By a
tackles,
landslide.
up there in a lot of tackles as well.
Shit, he might be up there as far as most forced fumbles up there in NFL history, period.
For that position, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about probably defensively, period. I mean, those are a lot of forced fumbles.
I still remember that. What was that game? 4-1 game?
Yeah.
Still remember that? It was at the Titans? I remember that. Like,
it was somebody. He was punching that damn motherfucker out all over the place. Damn balls was everywhere. No homo.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Pause.
Yeah.
JB, what you say?
Well, Foul, you didn't give an answer. Did you say yes?
I had to look at, it's hard for me to give an answer without being able to look at his stats. I have to look up his stats and compare them to some of the guys that's already in there. I know he's definitely not. If I was to say yes, I know he's definitely not a first ballot Hall.
No, hands down. I mean, this is the thing. If you're talking about his stats, he's not a shutdown corner. He's not going to be the type of guy who's going to intercept the ball. He is just more of like a Mike Brown safety of the cornerback. He is going to make his tackles all the time, and he is going to punch that ball out, which obviously us as Bear fans see it all the time. And it's something corners never did.
Yeah. And then also a lot of times I think that as far as when it comes down to the Hall of Fame, sometimes even with the Pro Bowls, because I know that has a lot or has something to do with as far as people getting into the Hall of Fame. But a lot of times that shit is just based off of popularity because
it's all popularity.
Yeah, 100%. And Tillman was
you
a
look
popular
at it
guy,
right
though.
now. Roquan Smith has been one of the best linebackers in the last
2 years straight,
4 to 5 years, however many years he's been playing, and I think he's only made what?
None.
One Pro Bowl?
None. He hasn't made any yet.
He hasn't made, and he. This is the crazy part. How the hell do you make All Pro?
Right, he was All Pro, but not a Pro Bowl.
Pro and not a Pro Bowl.
That's sad. Mitchell Trubisky was a Pro Bowler. Remember?
Dumbest shit I've ever seen. How the hell you make All Pro but don't make?
It's popularity. It's exactly what you said. It is. It's popularity. Tillman was a very popular.
And then that'll be something. Let's just say he continues on this pace for the next, let's say, 7 to 8 years. Now we're going to be sitting up here in 7 to 8 years later discussing whether Roquan Smith is a Hall of Famer. Because then there's going to be somebody that said, well, he's only made 4 or 5 Pro Bowls. Well, yeah, he should have made about 8 or 9 Pro Bowls.
Is better. All Pro, I think, is better than a freaking Pro Bowl.
All Pro definitely is.
It is.
Not even question.
It is.
And the last 2 years where he did not make it.
Yeah, one year was just
he was top 3 in linebackers.
The guy had more tackles for loss than the guys that did make the Pro Bowl, or hell, even made All Pro.
So I'll say this: when we talk about the tackling, the smarts, over 30 interceptions, over 40 forced fumbles, my math say that's about 70 something. Call it if you want to go exact numbers, 38 and 44. That's over 8. That's 82 technically turnovers. This guy's he's a Hall of Famer. You have the peanut punch named after him, not only because it's effective, but you also have other teams teaching it.
Yeah, that is literally a technique now.
So when you talk about shutdown corner, it's a handful. It's a handful, guys. But when we're talking about complete players, hell, 40 interceptions ain't nothing to sneeze at. The guy tackled. The guy was durable. He showed up, played.
And his heart was always there. That guy never took a snap off. He may not have been the most talented player on the field. Who did we have on the podcast who said Tillman wasn't the most talented guy? I think it was one of our most recent ones. I remember was saying Tillman was not the most talented corner.
DJ Moore?
DJ Moore, yeah, DJ Moore.
He might not have been the most talented as far as what? Athletic gift?
Athletically, yeah.
But here and knowing what to do, where to be, I mean, again.
I think he said that too.
Do you know how many quarterbacks don't have double-digit interceptions? Do you know how many people, period, don't have double-digit forced fumbles?
Yeah.
And we talk about this man got over 40, if memory serves, because it was like a record for like quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot tell me that 82 combined turnovers between interceptions and forced fumbles does not equate to Hall of Fame. You cannot tell me it doesn't.
But they're always going to say, like, he's not the sexy pick.
And?
I think we should get on to Tank's topics.
Tank's topics. We ready for some Blackhawk talk?
Oh, shit.
Who?
Hit us with it.
All right. Blackhawks talk. Here we go. Since I got to give you guys a little heads up on names here probably too. Alex DeBrincat. All right, he's known as the Cat for the Chicago Blackhawks. He's 23 years old. He's the new young up-and-coming star in the NHL right now. He scored 42 goals last year. He's only been in the league now 3 years, and I think he has already like 160 goals. So he came out on a press where everyone was saying, it was like, what are you going to do? Are you going to be a part of this little rebuild for the Blackhawks? Or are you going to go try and be more of a competitor? He said, I want to be a Blackhawk. I want to re-sign a Blackhawk. I want a long-term contract. I want to be with the Blackhawks for whatever
his name?
Alex DeBrincat.
Where's he from? Canada?
I believe he's Canadian. Yeah. Pretty much every star player here in the NHL is Canadian.
Great guess.
Other than Patrick Kane, but he said he wants to stay. But now the big question is, if you're going to sign him long term, Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews, are one of them going to leave?
Aren't they? Oh,
there's 32. All right, and I mean, just going by Blackhawks of where we're talking about, obviously they're lifetime Blackhawks. They're probably going to be 2 Hall of Famers, hands down. They're going to get their jerseys retired. Jonathan Toews is your captain of your team since he was 19 years old. So Jonathan Toews had a very severe injury where it was literally like, I can't remember the name of it. I'd have to search it. But like those injuries were literally like your perception's off and you're like running into walls, like everything's just so off. Like your depth perception and all that type stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like vertigo or something.
Yeah, it was some severe stuff which made him lose like 20 pounds too. He was extremely sick. He sat out the entire season last year. And then he came back this year. Obviously, when you're off for a whole season, you're going to start off struggling. Halfway through the season, he was back to the Jonathan Toews of old. So it's a question. They asked both Jonathan Toews and Kane because they both have no trade clauses. So they would have to approve a trade. They both came out and said they don't want to leave the Blackhawks either. They want to be, if they got to be a part of a little rebuild, they will stay as a rebuild with the Blackhawks. So the question is, if you're going to sign Alex DeBrincat to a long-term contract, and like I was talking to you guys earlier about Seth Jones, the black defenseman that we have on the team, phenomenal player. They signed him this offseason to like a sad thing is a $9 million a year contract. That's a huge contract in the NHL.
Well, shit, somebody else got to take less money.
$9 million is huge.
That is Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane were the 2 star players of the Blackhawks. They both signed 5 years ago for 9.5. The highest average for hockey right now is, I think, $12 million a year.
Damn,
that's some crazy shit for the stuff that they do.
It is. They take more punishment.
They get some beatings. That's absolutely for sure.
Oh yeah, they get food barred.
Yeah, And I mean, it's interesting because hockey has been a growing sport over the past, say, 15, 20 years or so. It kind of died down a little bit, but 15, 20 years, it started taking off a lot better now. So hopefully, contracts and everything will go up, salary cap and everything will go up. But that's one thing that I like hockey type wise is they have a salary cap. You have to keep to that salary cap. You can't go over it like basketball and just get charged a luxury tax. So you have to be at that. If you don't, you got to start cutting some of your players. And that is why, if anybody watches postseason hockey, it is, and I will argue with anybody about this, it is the most competitive postseason sport I've ever watched. And it's over basketball, it's over football. Because I mean, basketball related, I mean, you're getting teams getting beat by 20 points right now. Like,
so are you saying that Gary Bettman is keeping parity because of his salary cap?
It seems like that, yes. I can see that. And that's why he is still hands down the most hated commissioner of all major sports.
Yeah, because he won't bid.
Yeah, because they're making good money, but there's still a lot of teams out there like who in the postseason can't even sell out games. Like we're talking about how we were just saying like Chicago being the greatest sports city of all time, which I 100% agree with that. I still remember when the Arizona Coyotes were playing, they specifically set Blackhawks games for at Arizona when spring training was going on for the Cubs. They would sell out Arizona games with all Blackhawks fans, which were Cubs fans. And that would be the only sellout they'd have all year.
Wow.
So there's still a lot of teams out there who can't sell anything hockey type of because their teams suck. But yeah, Blackhawks in a rebuild, understand, and still will compete. I don't think you got to talk to Taves, you got to talk to Kane, you got to find out how much they want, and then you got to go from there. But if you had to pick between the two, there's no way you're letting go Patrick Kane. Patrick Kane, hey, American born, gotta love it. If he retired today, he'd still be the greatest American hockey player of all time, and he's only 32. So I mean, that hands down says it right there. But when it comes on him, he doesn't want to go anywhere else. So, and that makes you feel good, like what the Blackhawks organization is doing, because no teams want to leave them. So hopefully this rebuild goes a lot quicker than expected, but they still got to find a damn coach. That's where they're at their stall point right now. They don't have a coach.
They don't have a coach.
Their coach is
I learned a lot about some hockey today, Frank. Thank you.
No problem.
Yes, sir.
I learned a little bit.
Taze is spelled like toes, yes, but it's pronounced Taze.
I learned that part.
Doesn't go past Blades of Steel.
Still, hands down, the greatest hockey game of all time. I don't care what any other game out there. Blades of Steel to me is still the greatest hockey game of all time. Indeed. You can throw Wayne Gretzky 99 in there, but Blades of Steel is still the greatest.
Indeed.
So we might as well move on to some shout outs. Everybody get your hockey lesson. Did y'all get your hockey lesson? I got mine. Everybody in the chat, I'm hoping you got your hockey lesson because nobody's saying shit.
Greatest hockey movie of all time, everyone. Slapshot. Don't argue with me on that. There's no comparison. It's never going to freaking change. Like,
they're not going to argue because they ain't going to say shit because they're just lurking right now.
Other than JB's mom, who's always talking. Love her.
Always. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Okay, so let's go ahead and kick off shout outs. Frank the Tank, you might as well just keep going.
For the host, Wendell, like that was a great host again, man. Like we always seem to find people who fit in so well with us and having so much fun with us and everything.
We're the host. What are you talking about? He was the guest. We the host.
Mistake. It happens. It happens. We are the host. Great guest. We always seem to find those people who fit in so well with us and everything. And getting the insider of all that. And man, it's still to this day gets to me all the time, that injury and what that guy could accomplish in his career as a wide receiver, man. We wouldn't be even having a discussion about the greatest wide receivers of all time if that guy stayed healthy. I guarantee he could have been the greatest Bears receiver of all time if he could have stayed healthy with that injury. And I still watch that injury, and I literally, like, my knees buckle every time I watch it. Chat, phenomenal. Phenomenal early. It was going crazy early. It kind of died down a little bit later after Wendell left. Did everyone leave when Wendell left?
Oh, wow.
That could have been it. You guys, love you guys. Love being on here. Love everything that we do on here. We have fun, and that's what makes it entertaining. So it's everything I got.
Foul mouth. See.
Keep it PG. I want to watch it on YouTube today.
Right. I'm trying.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna go.
It's not. It already failed a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
Say what you want.
Yes, that was about 45 minutes ago. It was over with. Yes, shout outs to our guest today, Mr. Wendell Davis. I don't know why Terrence Gee call him Mr. Wendell.
Because I always think about the song Mr. Wendell by Arrested Development. So I just Mr. Wendell. And it's a respect thing.
Yeah. I would say Mr. Davis, but that's just me. But
Wendell sounds better. Mr. Wendell.
Yeah. Great guest. Good times talking to him, catching up, talking to him about that horrific injury, which at that particular point in time was probably the first of that kind. Glad they blew up that piece of shit ass stadium in Philadelphia. Because it sucks just like that Philly cheesesteaks suck. But
I don't know. They got some pretty good.
They Philly cheesesteaks is actually.
Yeah, they do got some good shit. That Philly cheesesteaks.
Yeah, Philly cheesesteaks is fire.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, shout out to you brothers, Frank the Tank, T Nick, JB. Another good show, guys. Shout out to the chat. Hi, John's mom. Everybody in the chat, thank you for all participating. Also, remember to like and subscribe to the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. Shout out to the kiddies who should be asleep. Couple their asses on punishment. But hey, just call me the bad guy. I'll be the bad guy. Shout out to my mom. She just got back from Turk and Caicos.
Woo.
And why is it every time I talk, you put on this damn Oscar music? Like, I ain't heard your ass.
Hey, turn that off, man. Turn that off. That's bad.
I always get the damn Oscar music.
It sounds like a 1987 Casio keyboard.
Right.
Turn that off.
Shout out to the family. Shout out to CTA family. And hi. And I think that's about it. Oh, come on, Sox, man. Y'all fucking killing me, man.
What are we like, 20 and 20 now?
Is it 20? What?
Are we 20 and 20?
20?
Oh, you're saying 16-3 now? Gee, this is the longest.
Yeah, man.
No, I'm saying our record, we're like right at 500. Like
yeah, I think we just got 500 with the wins yesterday with the Yankees, so now we're right back to 500.
Welcome to being a Chicago sports fan where they give your ass a heart attack every fucking day.
Still love them, though. Still love them.
You get one every other day. But that is my shout outs for the night. JB.
So first and foremost, shout out to Mr. Wendell Davis, man. Again, I can't stress this enough. Anybody that knows Bears football knew that was that next guy. And we saw it, we lived it, we loved it. Shout out to him, great guest. Man, I would love to get him and Silky D on a pod together. I think that would be magic. We would just sit back and let the tape roll.
What about him and Jim Harbaugh?
It happened.
You put him and Jim Harbaugh on the set.
Jim Harbaugh.
You know what? If you get Jim Harbaugh, y'all go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about me reaching out to Jim Harbaugh. Yeah.
Go right ahead. We'll take him. But man, shout out to that brother. Hope he comes back because, man, his energy, his knowledge, and any time that he's willing to talk about one of the lowest points of his life and share with us like that, man, It's a true good brother, so I appreciate him.
Yep.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to moms, always checking in and representing. Love you, mom.
A1.
Man, the chat was on fire, like you said, Frank, earlier, then it kind of curved down. But as long as you guys, don't be shy.
Yeah, never be
Say
shy.
something.
We ain't shy.
Say something. We'll put you on. Hell, we'll have a fan appreciation day and put you on the screen. Come on out. Come on out. Shout out to you guys. It's always a blast. I look forward to Tuesdays. It's not the same if I don't do it. So that's every shout out I got.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'll bring up the rear. Pause.
Ouch.
Yeah, I pretty much have the same things. Mr. Wendell, definitely shout out to Mr. Wendell. That was a phenomenal podcast. And like JB was saying, if you are so open to talk about one of the worst times in your life that ended your career, basically, if you're willing to do that, man, you are with me. You are with me.
Yeah.
And yeah, that I would think that was his worst time in his football career. I don't know about anything.
That's why I didn't
else.
want to bring it up. Like, seriously.
No, this is about Bears football. We gonna bring it up. If they don't want to talk about it, then just say.
Then just let us know.
I don't want to talk about it, but I'm gonna bring that shit up. But thank you, Mr. Wendell, for for being so open and making this a great conversation, great podcast. Shout out to the chat and all the new people that are in the chat. I didn't see any new comments from new people, but I know it's new people in there. And yeah, you know what I'm about to say.
Just don't be shy.
You all are officially lurkers. Yeah, you're not saying nothing. You kind of sit back in the cut, but you know what? That's okay. You sitting back in the cut, you watching. We don't really have no complaints because
Don Berg brought his old lurking ass on here, old troll ass on here. He's on Jimmy Chicago.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
He's on Jimmy Chicago Bears podcast talking about that.
Don Berg, yeah.
He's a troll.
Wait, I missed that. Where was that at?
It says Detroit versus everybody. Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, best.
Troll.
Only thing Detroit known for is
how many times have you guys been saying best coach GM duo? Like, seriously, it's been like the last 20 years when you guys are projected to possibly win the division.
I want to see Detroit
bottom shit.
I want to see Detroit win more games than they lose. When are they gonna do that?
Yeah, go eat a kneecap.
Oh shit.
Anyway, at Harold's. Harold's Chicken, some kneecaps.
We actually gave Detroit a little love today when we were talking about their innovation in the passing game with Wayne Fonts. We gave Detroit a little love, Don Burke. Relax.
That's
all you're going to get.
I will say, too, Charles Tillman shut down Megatron that one game. I remember, too. Remember that one?
Yes, he did.
He shut his ass down.
Yeah, that's no love for Detroit.
Sold him up.
That's no love for Detroit.
Sold him up.
And Megatron was the good one who actually traded jerseys and praised Charles Tillman right there. Good for him. So, he knows greatness.
Aside from the shout out in the chat, shout out to you guys. Frank, the Tank, Foul Mouth, JB. Would not be no show without y'all, because don't nobody want to listen to me for no 2 hours. I ain't even got 2 hours of shit to talk about. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to Moore's Beer. JB, I see you got one there. You've been babysitting that though.
I went to the Benny's by my house, man. They don't have no Moore's Beer.
Oh, it's finished. Oh, okay. All right.
The Benny's by my house didn't have any Moore's Beer. I told them to order me some and give me a call.
There you go.
You got to go to Beanies in the city.
I know. Yeah, I'm in the burbs.
That's a good job.
No, they'll ship it to them.
Yeah, they said that they might start carrying a stock of them if that's going to be the case. If somebody's asking for them. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It's in June now.
Oh,
And
not the Jewel by me.
speaking
And I asked them to order me, and they said they never even heard of it.
So they said Jewel.
Slap him in the face.
And off of Halston.
Some jewels, not all jewels.
Not all, but some. Yeah.
I was gonna Will Smith my Jewel for telling me that they don't know what the friggin' Moore's beer is.
Right.
So you can go to Moore's website and find out everywhere that has it. It's just moores.com. So make sure you check out that website to check out where the beer is. Speaking of Moore's, they have an event coming up the day before Juneteenth. So June 18th, Saturday, June 18th. They're having an emancipation party. They're gonna bring out a new beer. They're introducing a new beer.
Okay.
And the party is going to be on the 99th floor of the Willis.
Don't say that.
It's going to be on the 99th floor of the Sears Tower.
Oh, I know what the Sears Tower is.
Yeah, there ain't no Willis up in the
99th floor.
What you talking about, Willis?
Right. Don't nobody say Willis Tower.
No. You better stop.
99th
And if you do, then you're not in
the
Chicago.
Sears Tower. A party on the 99th floor of the Sears Tower. All you can eat, all you can drink. Only $150. That's it. That's nothing.
What type of food is this? All you can eat?
I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be good food. We
on
on the 99th floor of the Sears Tower.
It better not be that bougie ass shit where you got
None of that McDonald's that we were talking
it looks
about.
like little small ass pieces of meat.
It's gonna be pinky up shit.
I still drink my pinky up shit.
But I think I do believe that it's a sneaker ball. So you wear your sneakers and a suit or whatever the hell you want to wear with your sneakers. I don't even really say sneakers. I say gym shoes.
Gym shoes, right?
But they said sneakers, so I'm gonna try to say sneakers.
So if I just go to pick up some sneaker balls, like those little air fresheners or sneaker balls.
To me, that's what a sneaker ball
That's a
is.
sneaker ball.
Get your corny ass out of here, Frank.
That's a sneaker ball, though, man.
Get your corny ass out of here, man.
T, the question is, are you going?
Oh, that's not even a question. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there with my Jordans on. I'm just kidding. I ain't got no damn Jordans. I can't afford them. I can't afford no Jordans.
My messed up feet, my ass is rock.
I will have my tree torns. Yeah, I'm kidding. I don't wear no damn tree torns. But I will be there. I will be there. It's only $150. You can go to Eventbrite, buy you a ticket. But yeah, make sure that you are there. It's gonna be a dope event. Sean Mack is gonna be spinning. Man, well, y'all looking at me like y'all don't know who Sean Mack is.
No, Sean Mack is.
I know who Sean Mack is.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, Sean Mack.
I'm just listening.
Sean Mack is gonna be spinning. You say he's listening.
I said I'm listening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Sean Mack is gonna be spinning. This is gonna be dope. So yeah, that's that event. And then after that is gonna be the Chosen Few picnic. I'm not sure if JB is going or not. So we won't have the master griller, but I'm actually the master of the master grillers, and I am going to be there. So
I'll challenge you to some of my grilling.
The master of the masters. So you're a master.
Hey, foul mouth, you hear this?
You're master. I'm like this. I just keep
foul mouth. Do you hear this?
Hey,
that's why you ain't saying nothing.
Challenge. Let's do it. Let's do it. But yeah, so that's July 2nd. That's on a Saturday. And I'm not sure what the tent layout is going to be. I know we will have at least one tent. I don't even know what the park layout is going to be.
It's online. You can look it up.
Yeah, so we all can look it up online. I know tickets are $60. That's a little bit steep, but it's all right. It's probably going to be the last house picnic, so you put your little coins together, get you a ticket. Come on and get some of this master grilling, master of the masters grilling. You like that, JB?
You might be able to pull yourself off with Lovie Smith if you rock out some New Balance training gym shoes.
Come on, man. Hey, fire it up in the chat right now, please. Do I look like Lovie Smith? I don't look.
If you grow out that beard, dude, I'm telling you, man. Like, I'm telling you, if you grow out that beard.
I don't even have a bald head.
Well, then
we'll find a picture with Lovie with the hat on.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now. Let me find one. Let me find a Bears Lovie Smith one.
You're a young Lovie.
Oh, stop, man. Stop. Just stop it. Stop it.
Yep.
Can you wear that headset? When you set up that tent, rock out that headset and that windbreaker, man, you are in like sin.
Chat, what y'all think? Y'all hear this shit? Y'all see this shit? The chat ain't gonna say nothing, man. Everybody quiet.
It's too late. They sleeping now.
They sleeping. Yeah, well, I guess maybe we ought to get the hell off here. No final words.
Foulmouth, you always have something classy to say. Come on. First thing that comes to mind. We got anything? Oh no, we gotta wait until
you ain't say nothing to the kids.
I did. He did.
Yeah, he did.
It's on punishment.
Oh. It seems like they always on punishment, bro.
Yeah, dude. What the hell goes on in your household?
Man, they be fucking up, man. It ain't nothing too bad. Just keep doing the same dumb shit over and over again. You know how it is. So eventually, it's got to get on punishment. Phone's taken.
Mama says she's
still here, man.
No TV.
Number one.
Oh, Mama, P1. She in the house. She a soldier.
A1. Telling you, man. Well, I guess nothing really left to say. So I will just leave everybody with this.
You got to decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
That's Wendell and Jim Harbaugh. Wendell's the wolf.
Well, there's nothing left to say, so shit, fuck it. We out!
This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.
Wait a minute. You guys still here? You guys still here?
Finish it with a bang.
Hold on.
Go.
It's over.